Hey everyone, it's Friendly Neighborhood Levi, and we are now starting up January, which is the beginning of show choir season. Show choir was a major part of my life throughout high school, and was a major part of me becoming who I am as a person. And those who know people in show choir or just go to school with people, and people who know others in show choir, or at least have schoolmates that do show choir. People who don't know might want a guide to what it is and kind of what it looks like. Show choir is when choirs of 15 or more perform shows that often include staging or choreography. These shows often have costumes or some kind of set. Oh, so it's likely? No. No. Nope. No. Now, not every show does this, but shows often have a certain structure. They start with an opener. Come to mystery. And then they have a second song that's often of a slightly slower tempo. And then they slow it down even further with a ballad that will often show off the choir's technical skill. After the ballad, choirs will have a guy song and a girl song, or if they're a unisex choir, have a little mid-piece. Then they will finally have a magnificent closer. And 9 times out of 10, these shows have some sort of theme. Often something more vague, like a circus.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, come on. Leave your troubles at the door. You don't need them anymore. Leave reality outside and come along for the ride.
A well-known story like, say, Cinderella. Or a more specific story like An American in Paris. Shows with a well-known story that have been turned into a Disney movie will often invoke the Disney interpretation. Something equally as common are certain tropes. There's the contagion, in which the choir does the choreography bit by bit, going in a nice flowing pattern. At a key change or some other dramatic note, the choir will often just have an identical power stance. And shows with a story will often convey their narrative either through choosing who sings what and when, or they'll sometimes do this with choreography. It's you and only you. Well, it's you and only you. Said it's you and only you. just some simple staging. And a major part of show choir is the competitions. And unlike a sport where certain teams in a certain district of schools will compete against each other, going to some sort of district tournament, then a state tournament, and so forth. Competitions don't have that sense of, like, I guess, progression. There are choirs that are in a, like, just any other town, or companies will put on major competitions in a bunch of different states and invite choirs from all over the country. My senior year I went to one of these in Nashville, and it was probably the best weekend of my life. No, not probably the best, definitely the best. But no matter where it is or the size of the competition, they usually follow their own certain guidelines, where they will often have preliminaries, where prep groups, unisex groups, and then premier groups will perform and then gain a certain amount of points by the judges. And then the top 10 will go into a finals. And at the finals is where you get the certain runner-ups and then the grand champion. But during the choirs, when the performers aren't performing, activities usually include just hanging out with friends in a host room, or just having food at that either the choir's fundraising group brings to a cafeteria, or going to a nearby restaurant. Show choir is a whole world of fun, and if you're going into a high school or just going to a high school that has it, I definitely recommend seeing their performances, or if you would like, even audition. So that was my video on show choir. Do you have any other experiences with it? Feel free to tell me in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, press like. If you want to see more, press subscribe. And until then, have a lovely day.
Pledge allegiance, everybody stand up.